Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm really excited to do because it's going to be the second video in my March Madness series. So if you missed this one last week, I will link the video down below. I go a little bit more in depth onto what the March Madness series is, and I do have the first 4 categories over there. For today's video, I'll again chat a little bit about the series and what we're planning to do here, and I also have 4 more categories to share with you. And just like last week, as soon as this video goes live, head over to my community tab and you will vote for your favorite product, the product that you want to see end up in the finale. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so I did the March Madness series last year. I had so much fun with it. It's basically just kind of like an interactive game, kind of inspired on March Madness, which is the NCAA basketball tournament where you fill out a bracket. So next week when this series goes live, the brackets are actually going to be open. It's basically just a Google form, and you guys are going to try to decide what one product in each category was going to be the winning product. So make sure you check back next week because that is going to be open, and the forms are only going to be open for a couple days because then the round 2 is going to start, and I'm going to share the top 2 products in each category that were the most voted on. So you'll be able to get an idea for your bracket, like, ooh, was your bracket already busted? Or do you have a perfect bracket going on? You'll be able to see that starting in the round 2 videos. But basically what you need to know for this week is once this video goes live, head over to the YouTube community tab and vote for the product that you want to see end up in the finale video, which is going to be a full face of subscribers choose my makeup. That's kind of like our end goal here. But there is also, you know, kind of like this game and of course a giveaway along with it. So next week's video is going to be where I show what the giveaway prize is going to be, and then also, like I said, that Google form is going to be open where you're going to try to guess which product in each category was the winning product. So when the forms open next week, you're not, you know, choosing that form based on your favorite. You're choosing it based on what you think is going to be the most voted on amongst everybody else. And then when you do vote for today's video, you know, you can still vote on your favorite. You want your favorite product to make it, but that's just a little bit about when the forms will open. I do want to say for next week's video, I was planning on doing these videos every Tuesday, and then I totally spaced that. Like a month ago, I agreed to do a sponsored video next Tuesday. So I do still have to keep that commitment because I already made that a while ago. So next week's March Madness video is going to go up on Thursday. So that's going to be Thursday the 21st. That's when the Google form is going to be open, and that's when I'm going to share about the giveaway prize. Basically, whoever has the most perfect bracket, has the most correct guesses in the finale will win. If there is a tie, then I will use, you know, like the random number generator to choose out a winner. So you want to come back next week, next Thursday, to check out the prizes. So again, I'm going to show 4 different categories, 4 different products in there. Head over to the YouTube community tab and vote. And we're going to start with eyeshadow palettes. So I had a lot of fun picking out the palettes. I've gone through several different variations of these 4, but I thought this would be really fun. I have been getting some, you know, feedback, some comments, some tweets from people trying to kind of guess what palettes were going to be in there. And probably the #1 palette that I feel like people were saying they thought they were going to see in here is the Friendcation palette from Dose of Colors. This was the collab with Katie and Desi, and I really do love this eyeshadow palette. I think that it's beautiful. It's an older palette in my collection, basically meaning that it didn't come out last week, but it's still one that I reach for a lot. I used it in my Valentine's Day tutorial here on YouTube, and I just think that it's such a pretty palette, and you know, we have kind of a variety of different looks that we could do with this one. So the Friendcation palette is definitely a choice there. I wanted to grab out an Anastasia palette because Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes are pretty loved on, and I decided to go with the Norvina palette. So this one is kind of like that purpley pink eyeshadow palette, so I thought it would be fun to kind of pull something like this into the mix here for March Madness. So the Norvina palette is another option for you to vote on. I also wanted to put Colourpop in here because I really do enjoy the Colourpop pressed eyeshadow palettes. I believe I had Dream Street in last year's March Madness, and I talk about Dream Street a lot. I really enjoy the Dream Street, so I wanted to do something else. So I decided to go with the Perception palette. This was a collaboration with Makeup Shayla, and I still think that this is a really nice eyeshadow palette. I mean, I really do enjoy the Colourpop palettes. I feel like they're really good quality, but this palette I think is really beautiful, so I thought that would be a fun one to include in here. And then the final one, I actually just decided to switch this last night as I was kind of like finalizing this video. The final option that you get to vote on is the Natasha Denona Gold palette. Now, I recently did a ranking new eyeshadow palettes video. I will link that one in my description box. And I mentioned in there that this palette has been like the most requested of when are you reviewing it? What do you think about it? And all of that. Like, so many people have just been so curious about this palette and really wanted to get my thoughts on it. So I thought it would be a fun one to kind of throw into the mix and see where the votes land. So also the fourth and final palette for the eyeshadow palette category is the Natasha Denona Gold palette. So those are the 4 palettes that you have to choose from. For the community tab, I did get some questions in there of how to access it. If you're on a computer, if you just, you know, type in Samantha March and go to my YouTube page, kind of like towards the top, like under my banner, I believe it is, you'll see like videos, playlists, and then you should also see a community tab. I know that you can find it on your phone as well. Mine just kind of always pops up whenever I go to the YouTube app. I can see people's community tabs, so I'm assuming it's just kind of the same way from there. But yeah, you kind of access it via the channel's homepage, if that makes sense. So I don't know if it works on tablets, but I can access it both with my computer and from my phone, so hopefully that helps. Alrighty, I also have the bronzer category to chat about, and I kind of chose like most of my favorite bronzers because I couldn't really decide how else to do it, and I just thought it would be really fun to see which one ends up being the winner. Like I said, I don't vote in these, you're voting for these, and I just thought, I'm just really curious. I have no idea really on anything, but especially bronzers. I have no idea which one is going to take the cake for this one. So the first one is kind of like the OG, yeah, probably my oldest bronzer that we're gonna share about, but this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I know this is a very loved on bronzer. You hear it talked up a bunch on YouTube, so I thought it would be fun to include the Butter Bronzer. Another bronzer that I just love so much is one of my more pricier bronzers, but I think it's so beautiful. This is from Marc Jacobs. This is the Tantastic Omega Bronzer, and part of a lash is on the back. Woo! That's incredible. That is incredible. So I love this big old bronzer. I think that it's so beautiful. I reach for it so often, so I thought I would include my Marc Jacobs. I also have from Jouer, this is their bronzer duo. This is the light to medium duo. I just got this one recently, but I think that it's so stunning. I've been talking about it quite a bit also on my channel here lately. I just think it's so beautiful. You got the 2 bronzers in here. Really, really like this one. So I thought I could include that. And then also a newer bronzer to me, but again, one that I've been so impressed with. This is from Milani. This is the Sunlight Silky Matte Bronzing Powder, and I have mine in the shade 1. I think this bronzer, again, so beautiful. I love all 4 of these that I'm mentioning. I won't be mad at whichever one gets the most votes at the end because I just enjoy them all. I kind of did the same for blushes. I have some of my favorite blushes in here to chat about. One here from Flower Beauty. I have enjoyed this one for so long. This is the Flower Pots Powder Blush, and this is in Peach Primrose. This is one of my favorite, like, more affordable blushes. It's a really beautiful peachy color. I feel like it stays on for such a long time. I think this one is really nice. So that is from Flower Beauty. One of my older ones as well in the blush category, this is from Becca. This is the Flowerchild Mineral Blush. I just think that this blush is so beautiful, and whenever I wear it, it has this really nice kind of like peachy sheen to it also. Every time I wear it, I'm like, why don't you wear this blush more? Oh, it's so beautiful. Why does that keep happening? It is so beautiful. So I really like this blush. I thought it would be a fun one to include for this category. And then, of course, you know I was going to include one of the Jouer duos as well. I really enjoyed the Jouer blush duos. This one is in Adore. So you have kind of more of these like nude natural shades, but again, just so beautiful, just like with the bronzer duo. And then one of my new favorite blushes, I have it on today. I can't stop wearing this blush. It's so beautiful. This is from Buxom, one of their Wanderlust Primer Infused blushes, and this is in Seychelless, and it's just gorgeous. This is more of a nude, but again, you just have this beautiful sheen to it. It's such a nice blush. So I definitely wanted to include this one from Buxom. So those are your 4 blush options. And to finish it off, I have the highlight category. I'm so excited to see what you guys choose as a highlight. Ooh, I'm excited. I did 2 kind of like fan favorites, if you will, and then 2 my favorites, if you will. Alrighty, I felt like I had to put in the Anastasia Amrezy highlight. This is such a talked about, hyped up highlight. I had to do it. I had to include it for you guys. I'm so curious to see where this lands on the votes because this is a crazy hyped up highlighter. I think that it's alright. I like this highlight. I think that's pretty good. I don't think I love it as much as some other people do, but I thought it would be fun to include in here. Another highlight that was released, went out of stock, came back. I don't know if it's still in stock. I think it's maybe in stock at Ulta. But this again is from Dose of Colors, the Desi X Katie collection. This is in Fuego. I bought this one because again, it was getting so hyped up. It sold out on the first round. They brought it back because so many people wanted to bring it back. I like it. I think that it's good. I think that it's pretty. It's not a favorite of mine, but again, kind of like a fan favorite. So that is another option. And then I did kind of two of my favorite highlights. So first up, I put the Ofra Pillowtalk because we kind of have more of these like kind of goldish gold highlighters with the first two. And then this one is more of a pinky highlight, but the Ofra Pillowtalk is just so beautiful. It's been one of my favorites since the first time I started trying it out. It's stunning. And then of course, let's just all say it together because you knew that this was coming. The Natasha Denona Super Glow in Fair. This is like my most worn highlight. I think that she is so beautiful. I've talked about it so much on my channel, but I think that it's beautiful. So I'm really curious to see these highlight votes. Like I am so curious to see how it goes. So those are the 4 categories, the 4 products in each category. Again, head over to the community tab, vote for the one that you want to see in the final round. And then, so next week is going to be the giveaway, and that's when the brackets are going to be open for you guys to make your decisions. Again, that's only going to be open for a few days. So please, like I said, I'm posting this on Thursday. The brackets, the next video is going to go up the following Tuesday, and brackets have to be closed before then because obviously I'm going to be sharing the round 2 and the 2 top products from each category. So you only have a few days to fill out that form if you're interested in seeing, you know, how you did, how your picks kind of stacked up with everything. And then of course there's that giveaway prize at the end too. So that video is going to go up next Thursday. The next video is going to go up the following Tuesday. You only have a few days. Then the next video, I think I can do just one video on round 2. So the video after that is going to be round 2, and I'm going to show the top 2 most voted on products in each category. And then again, polls are going to be open. You guys are going to vote for your favorite once again, and then the following week is going to be the full face of Subscribers Choose My Makeup. You guys can see which product won in each category. You can see how your bracket went in that game, but I hope that you guys are having fun with this. I know it's just a little bit different, and you know, it can maybe be a little bit like complicated or confusing, but I hope you get it as we're going along here. And again, it's just kind of like a fun interactive way to do something a little bit different, and the end result is just full face Subscribers Chose My Makeup. You know, it's nothing too crazy, it's nothing too deep or anything, but just something a little bit fun. And I really like to include that little giveaway in there to kind of reward someone for having the most right. I always fill out a bracket in the March Madness. Do you guys fill out a bracket? I'm looking forward. It's about to start. The games are about to start here, and I'm looking forward to it. So it's just fun to be able to do it with makeup as well. But other than that, that is going to do it for today's video. Head over to the community tab, get voting. That will be open for a few days, and make sure to check back here next Thursday for the giveaway and to fill out your form. But other than that, if you guys did enjoy this video, if you're having fun with the March Madness, I hope that you'll give this one a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.